Our defense analyst, Oubai Shahbandar, is here. Oubai, thanks a lot for coming in. First of all, let's look at the IAEA, a regular update. Iran, it says, is currently in compliance. It hasn't said that this enrichment of uranium has breached in any way the 2015 nuclear deal.
Well, very interesting development here, right? As the German foreign minister is saying that the situation in the region is highly explosive and extremely serious given the regional tensions at a time when Iran is saying that it is no longer bound by some of the commitments of the 2015 international nuclear deal known as the JCPOA. The United States, under the Trump administration, has pulled out of that deal, but Europe and Iran still are holding on to some hopes that the deal can be salvaged in some ways. Now, this is why this is important. That 2015 deal put caps on how much enriched uranium and heavy water Iran can produce. Now, Iran has said that they're no longer beholden to those caps. Why is that important? Because enriched uranium can eventually, potentially be used for nuclear weapons, not only for a nuclear reactor, and the spent fuel rods from a heavy water plant, from the heavy water reactor, can also be used to fashion a nuclear bomb. So some ominous warnings that we've heard there from Javad Zarif because of what he believes, what he's calling economic war waged by the United States, as companies in the EU that do business with Iran, like as we heard before, are extremely reluctant now to do business. The Iranian economy is facing some tough pressure by the Trump administration's maximum pressure effort to embargo companies from doing any energy business, any oil exports to be brought in from Iran. That's hurting Tehran severely, and we're now seeing the government of Iran lashing out.
Yeah, absolutely. The sanctions from the Americans and the pressure that they're placing on the Iranian economy seem to be being felt quite severely in the country. Hassan Rouhani, the president, even addressing that very issue a few weeks ago, saying to the Iranian people, let's stay together, otherwise we're in danger of the revolution even collapsing. But what about the physical threat, apart from the financial difficulties? What do you make of Benjamin Netanyahu's statement? This is a country, Israel, that has been accused in the past, and not so long ago, of blowing up and killing Iranian atomic scientists while they're going to work, for example, while they're sitting in a cafe somewhere. What do you make of that threat from Israel?
Well, it's definitely a threat that the Iranians know very well. Israel, in conjunction with the U.S., has some extremely potent weapons at their disposal as part of this shadow war that they've waged with Iran for the past over a decade, to include alleged targeted assassinations and defections that the Israelis and the Americans have been able to gain against the Iranian nuclear program and Iranian nuclear scientists. We've heard reports that some Iranian nuclear scientists were afraid of even going to work. The rate of assassinations over a certain time period in the past few years was so high. So certainly a threat that the Iranians are very familiar with. Also, let's not forget the cyber weapons in play here. The Americans and the Israelis developed a highly secret set of cyber weapons that almost destroyed the Iranian nuclear program, and right before the deal was reached. So certainly these are some ominous words that we're hearing from Tehran, and a warning by Netanyahu that certainly Tehran is going to be very concerned about.
Okay, Oubai, thanks very much indeed. Oubai Shahbandar, our defense analyst.